Hey everyone, welcome to This Explainer. If you're a complete beginner who speaks English and you've literally never spoken a word of German before, well, you are in the exact right place. Today, we're diving into Learn German Lesson 1, the alphabet and pronunciation. Now, I know German can look and honestly sound a little intimidating at first, but we're going to break it all down. This is going to be a totally intimidation-free, easy, and genuinely fun entry point to mastering the language. We're going to build your A1 beginner skills right from the ground up. Now, you might be wondering, why should I even start learning German? Well, mastering these A1 basics isn't just about, memorizing boring grammar rules. It's really about opening doors. German is absolutely one of the most useful languages you can learn. Even just a beginner's grasp of it unlocks some amazing opportunities for traveling across Europe, leveling up your career, or even studying at world-renowned universities. It connects you directly to everyday situations and a rich culture that, sure, might feel a bit daunting from the outside, but is incredibly welcoming once you know just a few words. Okay, so let's quickly look at our syllabus for today. First, we'll tackle the A to Z alphabet. Then 4 special letters. Third, 5 essential words. After that, we'll look at some common pronunciation mistakes and wrap it all up with a quick quiz and some homework. Let's get into it.
Section 1, the A to Z alphabet. Let's dive right into those German letters. So while the German alphabet looks exactly like the English one, there are a few brilliant phonetic twists you definitely need to know. Let's walk through this first half slowly. I'll read the letter and you'll hear how it sounds. A sounds like A, B is be, C is se, D is de, E is a, F is f, G is ge, H is ha, I is e. Now J is called J, and this is absolutely crucial. When you see a J in a German word, it sounds exactly like an English Y. So a word like Jahre, which means years, starts with a Y sound, Jaru. Moving on, K is K, L is L, and M is M.
All right, let's look at N through Z. N is N, O is O, P is Pe, Q is Ku, R is Er, S is S, T is Te, U is U. Now, what's really interesting here is the letter V. In German, it's called V, and it's actually pronounced like an English F. This is exactly why that famous car brand is pronounced Volkswagen and not Volkswagen. Moving right along, W is ve, and it sounds like an English V. X is X, Y is Y, and Z is zet, which makes this really sharp sit sound, kind of like at the very end of the English word cats.
Okay, now it's your turn. I'm going to give you a moment. Wherever you are right now, I want you to literally practice saying these tricky letters out loud. Anchor those German sounds to the English equivalents you already know. Try saying the German J, V, W, and Z. Go ahead. Okay, take a breath. Great job. Seriously, speaking out loud is the absolute secret to building that muscle memory.
Section 2, 4 special letters, the umlauts and the SZ. Aside from the standard 26 letters we just looked at, German has 4 special letters. But hey, don't let them intimidate you. Once you know the trick, they're a breeze. First up, let's talk about the umlaut. An umlaut is just 2 little dots placed over a vowel, specifically A, O, or U. But these 2 little dots, they are incredibly powerful. They don't just change the sound of the letter, they often change the entire meaning of the word. For example, they can magically turn a singular noun into a plural. The German word for apple is Apfel. But if you pop an umlaut over that A, it becomes Äpfel, which means apples. Pretty cool, right?
So let's break down the specific phonetics for these 4 special characters. First is the A with an umlaut, or E. It sounds pretty much like the A in the English word air. Next is the O with an umlaut, or O. It sounds kind of like the I in bird or the EA in urn. Then we have the U with an umlaut, or U. Now this one doesn't have a perfect English equivalent, but it's formed deep in the throat, a lot like the French OU. Basically, you shape your lips to say OU, but you try to say E. It's a fun one. Finally, we have this symbol that looks like a capital B. It's called the S-sit, or beta. Honestly, it's simply a long, sharp S sound. That is the whole shebang.
All right, let's practice this. I'll say the sound, and you repeat right after me. Try to physically form these brand new sounds with your mouth. E, like air. Like bird.
U. Remember, lips like U say E. And the S at B, just a nice long S. Excellent, you're doing great.
Section 3. 5 essential words. Let's see how all of this builds together.
Okay, we're going to transition from abstract letters into 5 practical, everyday words that you can use immediately out in the real world. Here are your very first 5 German words, complete with English translations and an intuitive phonetic breakdown. First up is hello, which means hello. It's pronounced hallo. Super easy. Next is Guten Tag, meaning good day, pronounced Guten Tag. Then we have the word for thank you, which is danke, pronounced danke. Next is a really versatile word, bitte. It means please, but it can actually also mean you're welcome. It's pronounced bitte. And finally, the casual way to say bye is tschüss. Notice that U with the umlaut right there in the middle? It's pronounced tschüss. Okay, time for another pause so you can practice. Take a moment to say all 5 of these words out loud. Really focus on blending those new phonetic rules you just learned into the full words. Let's go. Hallo, Guten Tag, danke, bitte, tschüss. Awesome, you are officially speaking German. Section 4. Pronunciation mistakes. Let's troubleshoot some common beginner errors.
So, as English speakers, we naturally want to read German words using English pronunciation rules. It's a hard habit to break. Let's look at the word for thank you to fix a super common beginner mistake. The natural urge for an English speaker is to look at D-A-N-K-E and say danke or danke. But remember, a German E at the very end of a word makes a soft sound. So just scratch danke entirely out of your mind. The correct, clear pronunciation is simply danke. And this brilliantly illustrates our next common mistake with the word for please, bitte. A lot of beginners look at it and instantly say bitte or even pronounce it like the English word bite. But if we break it down, the I is short and that E at the end is our soft Just break the word into 2 chunks, bit plus Put them together and you get bitte. Doing that instantly fixes the dreaded bitte mistake.
Section 5. Quiz and homework. Let's lock in everything you've learned. Huge congratulations! You have survived the foundational building blocks of German pronunciation. Now, let's lock in your new skills with a rapid-fire review. Question 1. Which German letter is pronounced exactly like the English Y? Go ahead, say it out loud. If you said the letter J, or J, you hit the nail right on the head. All right, question 2. How do you pronounce the German V, like the one found in the word Volkswagen? Well, it sounds just like an English F. That's exactly why it's called vowel.
Question 3. What do those 2 little dots over the vowel and an umlaut actually do to a word? Think back to our apple example. Yep, they change the sound, and often they magically change the meaning of the word entirely, like turning a singular noun into a plural.
Question 4. What is the correct pronunciation of the final E in the word danke? It's that soft sound. Remember, danke, definitely not donkey.
And here is the final question. Question 5. To correctly say tschüss, you pronounce it a bit like the English word choose. But what must you physically do with your lips? You got it. You have to round your lips as if you're blowing air to get that perfect oo sound. Tschüss! Incredible job today. Before you go, I've got a quick, actionable homework assignment to keep you on track. First, try to listen to native German speakers for literally just 5 minutes a day to get used to the rhythm of the language. Second, practice saying your 5 new essential words out loud to someone. And third, here's a really great digital trick. If you're typing on an English keyboard and obviously don't have an umlaut key, you can simply type an E right after the vowel. So you type AE for OE for and UE for oo. Super handy. Well, you've officially mastered the foundational building blocks of the German alphabet and pronunciation. So I want to leave you with a provocative question to think about. What exciting German adventure will these 5 words unlock for you next? Seriously, think about the culture, the travel, or the careers this new language foundation is going to help you explore. It's a real game changer. Keep practicing, stay enthusiastic, and I will see you in the next explainer. Tschüss!